Hello, hi, it's me, Markus. Today I start this new series. It's called Let's Build Memories, because here I build buildings from my childhood, or even from the games in my childhood. And I start with Tristram. You can see the introduction video that I made, and there you can know what kind of buildings and games I will put in this series. And as I said, the central part is going to be this Old Tristram from Diablo 2. Now you can see me here laying the foundations of the first few buildings. It's gonna get more, and we, Christine and I, with building up the walls of the buildings on this brown floor. We used Podzol, I think it's called in Minecraft, and the walls are of nether bricks. We used the texture pack Thax Pure BD Craft. It has neat textures, is in high resolution, and also we used this cool mod called, I forgot what the mod was called. I think it was Carpenter's Blocks, yeah it is. And basically you have multiple shapes of these blocks. Here we used slopes mainly, so you have slick slopes, not stairs, but slopes, and you can color them with any kind of block you want. So we made, for example, carpenter slopes and colored them with nether brick to make these roofs and the walls not this kind of bulky. And this helped a lot with the decorations later on, as you will be able to see. But first we started building up the walls, 3 or 4 blocks. Now if you don't know Diablo 2, what Tristram is this old burned down village, and there's only the walls left. There's fire everywhere, the floor is burnt, the earth is black, and nature slowly reclaims it. There's a few patches of grass somewhere, and basically it's this wasted village taken over by evil monsters, and you go in there and rescue Deckard Cain. That's somebody you need to rescue, he's a cool guy. And yeah, that's basically how I remember Old Tristram, and it's this old village, as I said, wasted by flames and demons, and so that's basically what we try to reproduce here. And when we were finished building up the walls, we actually started turning the floor inside of the buildings into something black, because as I said, they're burnt out, and Christina in the back builds this chimney there that's fallen apart. We tore down a few walls because we wanted it to look a bit more torn down, actually, because it didn't look destroyed enough. And then we turned the floor a bit black because it looked dull, and inside of the buildings it all was going to be turned into blocks of coal, because they had this nice little texture, and it matched perfectly with the Podzol outside. And basically we also made these wooden structures, these wooden struts that supported the roof and fell down. And we made again these out of carpenter slopes. We colored them with dark oak wood. Now these carpenter slopes are a bit tricky to work with, because sometimes they connect in a weird way, so you often need to tear things down and place them down again in a different way, shape or form. And it's a bit tricky to get used to, because I used them the first time here in this series, and Christina also. And yeah, so what we did was we spread this black stuff out of the houses to make it look like the fire caught up to it and went out again when it burned everything and devoured every piece of life in this little village. And that's what we tried to make here. So we went from house to house. Again, I did not use anything like world edit or stuff like that, because if you watch my other series you might know why I don't do it, because you get the feeling that you make something big. And if I want to make a big village, I want to build it myself. I don't want to use any cheaty tools. Now if you are a master with that and you make huge landscapes as well, I have no problem with that. But if you build buildings and you want to go into detail, I think it's easier if you build it from scratch on your own. And basically that's what we did here. Now again, these wooden struts falling down, still burning, We used netherrack to keep the flames going if it was raining. And yeah, that's basically what we did. Then we went from house to house, changed that up. And if you remember the first picture on the first few seconds of the video, you can see that this brown area is a lot bigger than the village actually is. Now what we reproduced here is the actual village of Diablo 2, the shapes of the houses, the sizes of the houses. And in the next episode you can see us building the main central, what's it called again? Main central plaza? No, not plaza, just marketplace, possibly, with this little fountain in the middle and the cage where Deckard Cain was kept. And so we reproduced the original village, and in the next episode we built a few more, well, I say a few more, a lot more houses around and decorated it a bit more and made the village not look that empty. So it was a lot of work. These few minutes you just watched were about 2 hours of work, 1 hour of recorded footage, and that's a lot. That's really a lot. And yeah, I hope you liked it. I leave it there and see you guys next time. Bye!